So it's a science, it's not guesswork. So having to do this yourself.
Окей. Значи имаме новина. Дискове не се дупчат от никой. Просто се закупуват.
И сега следващия въпрос с шлайфането. Най-обичаме да се засилваме. Обаче като се засилиме, кое е най-важното? Да спреме. И се оказва, че сме бързи, когато спираме, а не сме бързи, като ни е силна колата и даваме газ. Защото много коли се засилват, обаче много малко могат да спират. И всъщност силните коли се познават по големите спирачки. Днеска за какво ще си говорим? Много ми е драго.
Здравей, Филип. Добре дошъл.
Nice to meet you.
Ами днес ще говорим за спирачки. За дискове, за накладки, като за целта сме поканили представител на Brembo. Всички знаем каква компания е Brembo. Сити Абдула, така се казва дамата, която сме поканили днес, тъй като тя е специалистът. City,
Yes.
Please tell our viewers a few words about yourself and the technical role that you occupy.
Lovely. Hello, good morning. Thank you very much for inviting me here. I'm really pleased and thrilled to be here. My name is Siti Abdullah. I'm the Brembo Expert Technical and Training Coordinator for the Aftermarket Global Business Unit.
Okay.
So what that means is I create training content both for our customers and our external customers as well, their customers, both in terms of commercial as well as technical. My history in automotive is I have actually been in automotive since 2003. I know I don't look old enough, but my experience has been not only from fitting the parts, but also selling the parts, and then also providing technical field support for UK and Ireland. So it's a real honor for me to come and speak to you guys, and even more excited to share with you the passion and knowledge that we have about our Brembo products.
Okay, thank you, thank you. We are honored to have you here. Okay, I would really like to start with a very interesting question. In terms of OE production and aftermarket production, are they completely the same, just labeled differently, or not really?
All Brembo solutions are manufactured in accordance with the ECE regulation 416/2010, which means that everything that we produce is equivalent to what is found on your car as it left the factory. So the question is, there are no differences in terms of the technology behind it, the kind of materials that's been used, the kind of R&D that has got into it, and of course the quality checks that have gone into all of the products.
Okay, so as I see, there are some certain changes in construction due to active patents. And what about the materials used? They are the same?
Absolutely the same.
Okay, perfect. So there is a subject here which has transformed to the level of being a legend now, or being a myth. It has transformed to this level over the years. A large number of car enthusiasts, and including car mechanics, they do believe that each and every parts manufacturer has a dedicated low-quality production line which generates low-quality spare parts for the Balkan region only.
Okay.
It sounds like a joke, but believe me, it's not a joke.
Understood, understood. At Brembo, we are an original equipment manufacturer. So we have production sites all over the world.
Okay.
But we really value quality. So what we might change in terms of what we offer might go with what the region demands. So let me give you a great example of that. So in like the American or the Asiatic kind of market with kind of brake pads, they value aesthetics. So what I mean by that, yes, they want the performance, but they care much more about
the appearance of the product.
like the cleaner rims.
Okay.
Whereas in Europe, we value performance and
Exactly.
perhaps don't have as much as a priority on aesthetics. So what we offer the market in the European region is like your low metal kind of friction compound that will give you that performance. And in the Asiatic and the American market, then we offer the NAO or the ceramic compound that has the performance, but will have a reduction in the production of wheel dust. But it's regardless whether you are in UK, Bulgaria, Italy, China, if it's a Brembo product, you can be sure that we have full control of the production process and you will be getting exactly the same quality.
Значи Брембото в Америка, Брембото в Азия или Брембото в Европа е едно и също. Няма разлика в качеството.
Точно така, да. Говорейки за един и същи продукт. Просто самата клиентела, самият пазар в различни части на света цени едно или друго качество от продукта, както тя самата спомена.
Като в България, освен че трябва да спира, защото даже всъщност в България повече не ни интересува да спира, отколкото как изглежда. Това е много важно при нас. Нали така? Всеки монтира спирачки без да знае и без да е изчислено нищо, особено в България категорично. Тук слагаме, въпросът е да са големи. Дали ще работи, как ще спира, помпата дали ще го натисне, накладките какви ще бъдат. Това няма никакво значение, да не говорим, че те не са сложили нови гуми, обаче стават големи спирачки.
Точно така, да. Важното е да е голямо, да изглежда масивно. Okay, let's start with your prime line. So, this is a standard single-piece cast iron brake disc.
Correct.
Okay, so one of the key features is the so-called pillar venting system.
Correct. So it's a real innovative breakthrough from Brembo, where we involve the use of pillars and vents positioned strategically. And we do that to increase the amount of heat dissipation, but also giving the brake disc an increased resistance to cracks.
That's important, for sure.
Yes, absolutely. So you're talking about PVT, but we also have PVT Plus. So PVT Plus has the same kind of features with reference to the pillars and vanes. However, they also have different geometric shapes to them that will also reduce the weight of the brake disc too.
Okay.
And these are meant for the applications that would obviously require that.
Okay, I've been to different Brembo trainings back in the days, and all of the trainers, they stressed about the higher amount of carbon inside the materials. So why is it so important to have a higher amount of carbon?
So Brembo brake discs, they really benefit from 3.7% to 3.9% of carbon content. Carbon is a great dissipator of heat, number one, but is also a really great vibration damper. So that gives it like benefits of not only being able to dissipate heat quicker, but also really effective at providing dampening, again, vibrations to give that comfort that your drivers will demand from your vehicle.
Okay, and the other stuff that those trainers stressed about was the so-called UV coating. What is it like?
So UV coating, another thing. I know I sound really excited about it, but I'm a real Brembo fan myself.
Okay.
But the UV coating is innovative in terms of providing increased corrosion resistance that has been tested in benchmarks that we have done previously. However, bearing in mind that everybody wants to be much more kinder to the environment, the process itself is also eco-friendly. The hardening process is actually done by water. So none of the toxic materials that you would require with like previous other kinds of coatings. And by using water rather to harden the UV coating itself, we also reduce the use of increased electricity. So non-toxic materials, but also decrease kind of energy consumption when we're doing the coating process.
Okay, let's move on to the brake discs here that look much more attractive to probably all of the viewers out there.
Sure.
So the discs here, these three discs, they are coming from the same prime line.
Yes.
But the discs here are designed for luxury cars, the ones that are heavy, the ones that are equipped with high-performance cars, and the discs here are two-piece discs.
Correct.
Please explain our viewers what's the benefit of having a two-piece
Brake disc?
Yeah.
Yes, sure.
Може ли да заместиме онзи диск с този диск? Много е важно да смениме и какво ще спечелиме повече от това нещо и с какво ще ни навреди. Много е важно това да кажем, защото всички избират тоя, в България особено, обаче какво губиме като не вземем другия?
It's always recommended that to stick with what the vehicle came from original.
Okay.
Yeah? So if you are using the vehicle for like normal driving, then stick to what
Stick to the regular parts.
Absolutely. So, but why did we come up with the two-piece brake discs? Essentially, it was safety. So by having or by using two types of materials for the brake disc, you can reduce the weight of the brake disc. For like normal road, you can have a weight saving between 15 to 30%. We still need the cast iron braking surface because of its strength and durability and all of the qualities that you require for braking. However, by changing the materials that you use for the hat, like by using like aluminium or steel, this provides it the weight saving that will reduce the weight of the unsprung mass for stability.
Okay.
But again, because we're thinking about the environment, there's a huge drive with reference to reducing the amount of emissions coming out of your tailpipe. So the easiest way to do that is to make things lighter.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. So let's get back to this brake disc. So and the hat here, or the bell as some call it, it's made of aluminum?
Some of them is made from aluminium. This one will be from aluminium. This one will be from aluminium. This is the dual cast. This is the composite. And this is your lightweight.
Lightweight, yeah.
So this one is made from steel and this one is made from aluminium. So the way the hat is actually connected to the braking surface, that gives another opportunity to provide a solution.
Okay.
So brake discs, obviously, they are subjected to intense amounts of heat. And brake discs, they are made out of metal. So under like rotation, through centrifugal force, as well as all the heat that they're being subjected to, metals have like a natural characteristics to suffer from thermal deformation. So by having two separate pieces for your hat as well as your braking surface, you can allow the two surfaces to expand independently. And when you do that, you can actually reduce the effects of thermoelastic deformations. So that, again, plays a massive part in providing the comfort that drivers would expect.
Okay, perfect. And the friction part here is made of cast iron?
Still made out of cast iron, yeah. So high carbon cast iron, so that it can benefit again from all the strengths from the materials that we made. Cast iron is still used for brake discs because great dissipator of heat, very strong, very durable.
Okay, so the difference here is that we have these tiny absorbers whose purpose is to compensate the linear growth of the friction part in this direction.
Absolutely.
Is that right?
Yes, yes.
Okay. And what's the venting system here? It looks kind of different.
Yes.
Comparing it to the pure venting system.
We have got, again, that you can't, it's actually quite similar. This is still the pillar venting technology. So how you would tell the difference is in normal, there are about, I think, 4 or 5 different types of venting.
Okay.
So you'll have the straight vane vents here.
Yeah.
And then you will have like the curved vane vents that will make it into directional discs. And then you've got the PVT, which is this. And then this is actually PVT plus.
Plus, okay.
Yeah. So this will have all the benefits of your increased heat dissipation compared to like your normal vane vents. But this actually also benefits from a decreased weight due to the special geometries of the pillars.
Okay, great. What about this one? The coating looks completely different.
Yes.
It looks like a paint, but is it really a paint?
No, it's a zinc kind of coating. Yes,
okay.
I know it looks like a tire paint, but however, it's definitely not. It's a zinc coating that's used from the manufacturer. I think these brake discs is mostly used by Jaguar Land Rover, and this has come actually off that production line. So will be obviously 100% the same, including the coating that has been used.
Много важно тук да кажем това с цвета всъщност кога са за смяна. Кога, защото когато излезе от автомивка автомобила и преседи половин час, той хваща цвят и всички си мислят, че вече те са ръждиви и трябва да се изфърват и да сменят. А пък има моменти, в които вече има голям слой ръжда, когато много е седяла колата и кога трябва да сменят, кога не.
There are several factors that you need to bear in mind.
Okay.
And you've put in like a car enthusiast as well. So my car enthusiast, it immediately tells me that they like to drive their vehicle a bit harder. Yeah. Standard is when do you need to replace your brake discs? You need to keep an eye on the thickness. Yeah. Hence, this is why we've got our minimum thickness also etched into like the edges of some of the brake discs as well. The minimum thickness is there because it guarantees the strength, the heat dissipation qualities of the brake discs. Because if your brake disc gets too thin, not only will it be too weak to be able to handle all the braking forces, but we have to think about something else. It doesn't have enough capacity, as in it doesn't have enough volume with enough surface area to be able to dissipate heat effectively.
Yeah, exactly.
So watching thickness is definitely something to watch out for, but for the enthusiasts that might perhaps drive their vehicle a bit more enthusiastically.
Okay, a bit harder.
Yes, exactly. So then we need to have a look at other symptoms such as like heat marks. Heat marks, but also when they feel like the symptoms, is there any sort of NVH kind of symptoms? Because this might indicate not only that the brake discs could be in needing of attention, but more importantly, is there something else within the system that is preventing your brake discs from working to its full potential? Bearing in mind, you need your brakes to drive faster because the lesser time you spend on your brakes, the more time on the accelerator, right?
Yeah. Okay.
В България може да кажем, че имаме два проблема. Значи, или ни вибрира на волана, когато натиснем спирачка, даже и тогава обаче обикновената дама или обикновеният човек, който въобще не го интересуват автомобилите, не знае дали му е крива джантата, гумата или му вибрира от спирачките. Обикновено вибрацията от спирачките идва, когато натиснем спирачка, а не през цялото време. И другия основен проблем всъщност е чегъртането. Стигнем ли до чегъртане, означава, че определено сме за дискове и накладки.
Закъсняли сме малко.
Кога сменяме дискове и накладки? Имаме ли някаква рецепта на колко комплекта накладки трябва да смениме дискове? Или това е според износването и трябва да го прецени механика? Имат ли от Brembo изискване да кажат, примерно на 3 комплекта накладки сменяме задължително дискове? Или не? Стареят ли? Много е важно да кажем дали стареят. Има ли умора на материала? И в началото на живота им и примерно след 5 години влошава ли се спирането или не? Не се износва това нещо, без значение на колко време.
It's not a recipe so much because it's all of it is dependent on your driving style, where you drive the vehicle as well, because these are like wear and tear parts. So even if you have the same kind of driving style, but you've gone from like expressway driving to city driving.
Yeah.
The kind of driving that you will be doing is different. But like on an average, probably a pad should last about between about, I'm thinking about miles, but if you're thinking about kilometers, I think it's about 40,000 kilometers, 40,000 miles. So it will be about 55 or
something
thereabouts.
like that.
Yeah. But then again, we need to also consider, of course, the environment, yeah? That the surrounding components are working as they should be. Because if you've got an issue with the surrounding component, that could stop your brakes from performing to their full potential. This, again, could also affect the performance of the brakes.
Okay, I'm getting back to this one. So the hut is made of steel.
Yes.
Okay, and the friction part is made of?
Still high carbon cast iron.
Cast iron. Okay, what's the venting system here?
The venting system that you see here, that is PVT+.
PVT+. Okay, perfect. And let's get to this bad boy right here.
Yes.
It's really huge and heavy.
Yeah.
So the hut here is aluminium.
That is aluminium. Yeah.
And cast iron here.
Yeah.
Okay. And they're both connected by these stainless steel pins.
Yes.
Okay. We didn't really talk about all these grooves and drills here. Please tell our viewers what's the point of having your brake discs drilled and grooved like this one.
Sure. Well, not only does it look cool, however, it's got good technical benefits of having the grooves and also the drills. So when you have like the drills, holes or the grooves, you have like an extra edge to be able to grip on your brake pads. So not only will you be increasing the coefficients of friction, which is the grippiness, so you'll have like better feel as a result of it, but also these little holes and these slots, they provide like a channel for gases and also water to escape. So really great in driving in like a wet sort of conditions. The other thing to bear in mind is, yes, not only can water and gases escape, heat also escapes better, but you've got an extra surface area. So an extra surface area also increases the heat dissipation of that brake disc.
Okay.
And one more, before I forget, it's every time those slots and the drills would pass the brake pad, it cleans the surface of the brake pad every time. So you will get essentially a fresh new surface that will grip your brake disc every time.
Perfect. So let me get this right. Let's try to summarize it.
Sure.
All these drills and grooves, they are useful. They are especially useful during harsh braking and when driving in wet conditions.
Yes.
Because when braking, there is a resin here.
Yes.
Which acts like a glue for the friction material.
Absolutely.
And during harsh braking, all that resin transforms into gases due to the high temperature. Okay, and all those gases, they are actually located between the parts and the disc.
Yes.
And in order for you to have better braking efficiency, you need to have your parts pushing all the gases into all these tiny holes.
Yeah, so if you have, like, they call it gaseous fading, where there's a split second before your brake pads can actually make control with the brake disc, and that delays, obviously, the braking reaction. So by having these holes and the slots, when the brake pad is compressed onto the surface of the brake disc, that gives it a channel for those gases to actually escape.
It's exactly the same regarding driving in wet conditions, because all that moisture, it transforms into gases.
Correct.
Okay. are there, if you have your car equipped with such kind of brake discs, are there any disadvantages at all?
Of course, of course.
What
because
are they?
the advantages are because every time your brake pad is making contact, not only does it clean, but it scrapes the surface of your brake pad. So if it scrapes the surface of your brake pad, it will wear out the brake pad a lot sooner.
Okay.
So it's really important that if you are going to be upgrading your brakes from like flat to something with drills and grooves, that you need to use the correct pad with it as well.
Okay.
So I guess this is where the extra pad will come into play, because with the extra pad you've got an enhanced friction compound that will provide it with much more durability compared to just using a standard pad.
Some enthusiasts or even car mechanics that they used to drill their regular discs and try to have such drills on their regular discs.
Yes, yes.
So, was this wrong?
Absolutely. I remember this. I remember this. As I've said, I entered the industry in 2003. They were doing the same thing in England.
Oh, really?
Yes, they were doing the same thing in England. And we absolutely advise against doing this. When we drill the holes or we have the slots, we know where to drill to make sure that it doesn't compromise the structure of the surface. So by guesswork, they are not sure whether where they're drilling could actually cause a crack to form the first time that they put their foot on the brakes. But we know the material resilience. We know where the vents and the veins and the pillars are situated. So it's a science, it's not guesswork. So having to do this yourself could really deteriorate the condition of your brake discs, and it could be fatal.
Окей. Значи имаме новина. Дискове не се дупчат от никой. Просто се закупуват.
Сега следващия въпрос с шлайфането.
Again, this is not recommended. The reason why most vehicles actually suffer from a brake judder symptom is due to a phenomenon called excessive disc thickness variation, DTV.
Yeah.
That is a result of like material hotspots forming. And when material hotspots actually form on the surface of the brake disc, it changes the structure of a brake disc to something called cementite. It's sometimes very visual because you can see where it's turned bluey or yellowy on the brake disc. But when it starts to discolor, still you won't actually feel the symptoms. You start to feel it when the brake disc starts to wear, because cementite is quite a lot more brittle and tougher than cast iron, but it's a poor dissipator of heat. So when the brake disc wears, then you get like this high spot, and as the brake pads clamp on the brake disc, you get this like slip or slip situation, and you have your brake pads pulsating, which would then obviously transmit across to your hydraulic systems, and you feel it on the pedal. So if you skim your brake disc, you do not know how deep that cementite has actually penetrated. So by taking off a few thou, the problem might go away, but it'll come back. But also, in terms of like two-piece brake discs, you will never ever get the tolerance correct.
Okay.
Yeah. So what we do recommend, brake discs, replace it, because we can't guarantee that how much they've skimmed is safe, whether the material left or whether it's been done correctly. So we would definitely advise against skimming any of the brake discs and changing it for new.
Now let's talk about brake pads.
Okay.
Please tell a few words about the product, about the brake pads that Brembo produce, and are there any limitations regarding combining different brake discs and brake pads?
Sure. So our prime pads range benefit from our experience of taming the most powerful cars. So we've taken that experience and basically offered on a large scale an aftermarket pad in the prime range. So with the Brembo pad, it really benefits from having the exact friction compound for that particular application. As we mentioned before, we've got the low mat for mostly the European market because of the regional needs and the car park, and we've got the NAO or ceramic for the Asiatic or the American market, again, because of their needs. There is no sort of things to be aware of because both of these pads are fully compatible with our brake discs. So in terms of limit, no, there isn't. But of course, these are made for driving normally on the roads. Yes, so they are all, the low mat is homologated to the ECE R90 regulations. And we offer a huge range suitable for all the applications that you would see in the European car park.
Okay, and are those brake products, no matter if it's brake disc or brake pad, are your brake products compatible with brake products produced by another company?
I don't want to say whether they're compatible, but what I can say is, look, Brembo, we are original equipment manufacturer. When we produce a product, we produce it in accordance with the 416/2010 regulations. So this product is fit for the vehicle as it left the production line.
How can our viewers be sure that they are buying genuine Brembo products?
Oh, that is very easy. First of all, buy from a reputable retailer, yes, but also on our boxes, on the brake discs, you will have like a label.
Okay, let's have one.
Okay, for your brake discs. So we have a hologram as well as a QR code to determine that it's a genuine product. To make it easier for anybody, all they need to do is scan that QR code on the box and it will take you to the Brembo website to confirm the authenticity for brake discs. For your brake pads, it's similar. So on the ECE R90 sticker, that details that you must provide the product in a sealed packaging. The QR code is on your sealed sticker. So if they scan that, again, it'll confirm the authenticity of the product by taking it to our Brembo Parts website.
Освен да дам няколко съвета и аз на базата на опит.
Давай. Хората това искат. Разказваш.
Освен, ако някой от зрителите забележи вибрация във волана по време на спиране или пулсиране на педала на спирачката, да заповяда в някои от нашите сервизи. Колегите ще направят необходимите измервания. Реално това, което ще направят е, ще проверят страничното биене с индикаторен часовник и също така ще проверят разликата в дебелината на диска. И при нужда ще ви се подменят дисковете, като преди монтажа на новите, самата главина, колесна главина ще бъде изчистена хубаво от ръжда и от окиси, така че да може новия диск да легне добре. We were just talking about the so-called run-out and DTV difference in thickness variation. What are the limits that Brembo recommends not to be exceeded?
Okay, so for your run-out, when measured on the hub, the maximum amount of run-out on the hub should be no more than 0.1 millimeters. However, there are manufacturers that will specify for these tolerances to be lesser than that. So if this is the case, we will always recommend following what the vehicle manufacturer recommends. And with reference to DTV, this is quite tricky for somebody to actually measure because they are really, really fine tolerances. But what I can tell you is that when we manufacture our brake discs, we ensure that the brake discs have got lesser than 0.015 millimeters of difference in DTV in tolerances.
Окей. Ами, май, за момента...
Нещата, които тя разказва, са изключително важни, изключително интересни. Защото едно от най-важните неща, не едно, а най-важното нещо за мен в автомобила също е спирачната система. Ако тя не е изправна, тогава не сме сейф. С какво ще продължим обаче следващия път?
Да, тъй като реално производството на Brembo е много голямо и тематиката там е безкрайна на практика, затова решихме да направим 2 епизода, така че не бързайте да коментирате, че не сме обхванали това или някаква друга интересна тема. Ще има втори епизод, в който ще засегнем апгрейд и посещенията на писти за Track Days.
Тоест всъщност ще си говорим за тунинга.
Да.
Действително ми беше много приятно на мене. Благодаря за гостуването. Аз отивам да си гледам епизода още 3 пъти, защото ми е изключително кеф, че такъв човек е тук на гости. Всъщност аз съм ви на гости, така че обаждайте се в Q-сервизите, за да може да ви кажат дали всичко е сейф. Чао и до следващия път.